Oh my gosh. You can see the Salt Mountain just from here. Okay, so today we are going to, of course, every morning get coffee, and then we're going to go pick up a rental car, head to a grocery store to get local snacks, I guess you would say, and water, and then we're going to salt pyramids. And are the flamingos next to the salt pyramids? Yeah. The flamingo sanctuary next to the salt pyramids, and that's probably the only thing that I would, if I did on the island, I could do that and leave and be happy. So we definitely are going to do that right away. See you there. We rented a car from Budget, and they made us take their insurance, even though we have two different forms of insurance, and they charge us a young driver fee, because if you're not 25, which I'm not yet, you get charged an extra fee. But the weird thing about their car is normally the cars are clean. This car was not clean. The gas was not full, and it looked like there was like a cactus thorn in the tire, and I was trying to take it out, and the lady's like screaming, no, 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 no. And the tires were all like shredded, and then she opens the trunk and like pounds the back tire in the spare, and she's like, good. And I'm like, oh no, that means I'm changing tires today. So I don't know if I'd advise going to that Budget, but the cars are cheap. We'll let you know by the end if anything didn't happen. But this looks like snow to the left of us, and it's salt. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced on an island, and Chloe's gonna hate me for saying that because I said that every island we've been to. But they're just rows and rows and rows and rows of this pink salt water, and then this foam.
Oh, what is that?
Over. It's salt foam just flying over, and it looks like snow built up on these banks. It's beautiful. But the real reason we're this way is for an animal that some say don't exist. Some say it's a myth. I think it's real, and we're here to find it today. And it is the pink flamingo. We have made it to the flamingo mating area. Was it mating or nesting?
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. But
I think it's one of 4 breeding areas in the world, is what I read.
Chloe's back there, not with me. Just kidding. So there's one pack that has probably about 40 with them, but there's a lot of just, 4 off, 10 off, not what you would usually see. Usually when you see photos of, at least when flamingos are together, you see them in hundreds. At least that's what I've seen in all the documentaries and photos that I've seen. But here it's like maybe a small little group of 50, a group of 4, and a group of 10. So not many flamingos. So I'm wondering if we go further, if we're going to see more. But we've already passed the salt mountains, and all these pools I think are dedicated to making salt, which is unbelievable. We're going to have to go back and do a loop because we didn't go and do the salt mine, but we're going to keep going this way and see how far we can get, or how long it takes to do the whole loop, and see what else there is. So we are currently stuck behind a donkey jam, which involves donkeys on the road. And people are actually petting them. I want to see if we can get out and pet them. It's kind of cool. So, get this on my fingers. We got just our classic go-to, which is banana soda. I don't know if it says banana on that side. It does. Banana soda. It's one of our favorite things to get in the islands. We also just got Pringles for a quick snack because we haven't eaten all day. We just keep jumping in and out of the car and running around.
It doesn't seem there's many restaurants near the salt.
Yeah, there's no restaurants, no coffee, no... That was fun. If anybody was wondering, that was a backhoe that was almost backing into our car. There's a car on the other side of the road hit us. Yeah, but onward to the salt mine.
Oh man, I love banana soda. So we just finished taking a look at the slave huts, and now we're off to get some coffee and then go to Gotto Lake to see if we can spot some more flamingos.
So what is about the lake? What's this lake? Is it like is it a salty lake or?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Flamingo Lake.
Yeah.
Stop at Cargill factory right in front of the door. There's a little gate and a guard box. They have a wooden box full of salt rocks that you can just take. He said just take as many as you want. So we took a handful. We were going to give a piece of salt to all our family members. I thought it was pretty unique that they're just allowing you to take salt. And I mean, they're very nice about everything. Take videos, pictures, they don't mind. It's really nice. I mean, at least in America, we have where they have factories or they have where they're pulling minerals out of the ground and they don't want you near their facilities. And here they're just super relaxed. They're letting you see the whole operation. You're watching it go on the conveyor belt, the salt mountain. Starts on the salt mountain, then they have a conveyor belt, and then he goes up the conveyor belt and he goes right into the ship. It's so cool. You would have never guessed. Little island in the Caribbean.
I finally got my poffer tijis, if that's how you say it, in Bonaire, and I'm incredibly excited to eat them. They smell amazing.
They're so good.
They're covered in caramel and powdered sugar.
Well, naturally they're covered in powdered sugar, and he goes, "Do you want caramel?" And I said, "Is that even a question?" Of course we want caramel. Who doesn't want caramel in their life? They're actually really good. really good. Phenomenal. Worth the wait, I'll put it that way. But we had a problem processing the cards because the internet here is kind of off. It's very slow. So we had to give them like multiple different cards, and none of them, they just kept failing because of the internet connection. And they had to reset the machine so that they cooled down a little bit. So they're not as hot and steamy and fresh as they could be, but they're still, for what they are phenomenal.
The place is called La Crêperie, and it's on the water, so you can eat it while looking at the water and everything. So if you come to Bonaire and you want like a nice little breakfast, you can go there. And if you get there before 9 a.m., they have a special, which came with like a coffee and like waffles or pancakes or something like that.
Yeah, for really cheap.
Yeah,
I think $10.
$10, that's not bad.
It's
But
not bad for all
there's
that.
free food on the ship, but if you want to have a breakfast on the water.
Have good food.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always on the water on the boat, but if you want to have good local cuisine, definitely have to stop there.
These have like a sourdoughy kind of taste, like a little bit
It's
of
the
a
buckwheat.
sour taste.
It's the buckwheat
so
in it.
good.
And they have buckwheat and something else in it. I'm not sure the other. They had something else.
It said West flour.
Yeah, West flour. I've never seen that before. I've had buckwheat multiple times, but West flour is new to me.
Soba noodles.
Yeah, I mean, for goodness sake, one of our favorite noodles are
Soba
made out
noodles.
of buckwheat, which are soba noodles. And I'm gonna just keep driving as Chloe devours the whole box and leaves me with nothing but the powdered sugar. Oh, I guess we didn't show you guys anything. They had at the grocery store, funny, their title is most complete grocery store on the whole entire island, which I think is kind of funny. But they have orange juice, and the oranges are coming down on like a conveyor style, and they're freshly cutting them and squeezing them right there. So you get to decide how much you want, and we got this one, which is 1,000 milliliters, which is $5.99, and it tastes phenomenal. I think you can't get any fresher than that unless you actually pick them from the tree, but you're not doing that. Oh, here we go. And there's
That
this
was
camera.
scary.
See, don't eat and drive.
Gave you an extra powdery one.
Fill it up with caramel. By taking the water, or you can go in and go through the villages. I would suggest going on the water to the way there because it is a one-way and you will not be able to go back. So the only chance you're going to have is going to the lake along the water. It's breathtaking. It's about 4 foot from the actual water, and you look right over, it's crystal clear, and you go up in elevation just a little bit, and the view you get of like just looking straight forward, you see the mountains in the background and the crystal clear blue water to your left, and then you have this dry forest to your right. It's really breathtaking, and there's more goats.
Hello. It's gonna die.
There's goats everywhere here.
Yeah.
But if you do, on the way back, the only choice you're going to have is going through the village. So I would go through the village and enjoy the views here too, because it is beautiful. You get to see the locals. It's very fun. To do a time lapse, and we're pushing off right now, but I wanted to try to catch the view from the top deck. I think we're how many decks is here? 12 or 13, I don't remember, but I know it's going to be a beautiful view from the top. So we're trying to get to that really quickly. I gotta get this in the window. So, if you ever get, So, if you ever get a balcony or an ocean view, buy a cheap camera off Amazon, just a cheap action camera, throw it up in your window, mount it to the balcony somewhere, and just get the footage, at least time lapse, but pulling away from these ports, because I mean, it's remarkable. We have a time lapse going through the Norway fjords, and it was breathtaking. We'll have to post that on YouTube, but I don't think that's out yet. Breathtaking.